Shalom. All praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth, as well of men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy, to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed line of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say shalom, beginning with the 144,000 prophets, and Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, willing. This lesson is edifying and informative. My name is Quanawath, and this will be another walk and talk. And in today's discourse, which Lord's willing it will be edifying, will be on the topic of the Israelite foreigners. This is the book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 15. As the Father, Yahweh, knoweth me, which the me is referring to our Lord Yahweh Shai, as our Lord Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly and unwillingly calls Christ, which is true, and only name is Yahweh Shai. Yah means he, Hawah Shai means saves or delivers, is speaking here in a red letter. Even so know I the Father, Yahweh, which means he exists or he is. Yah means he, Hawah means exist or is. And I lay down my life for the sheep. Now, who is the sheep? The sheep is the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel, especially the men of the nation. For as it is written, the pasture of the Lord's flock are men. So the elect begins with the men, followed by the women, and then the children. And this is the point. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, right? And Yahweh Shai was speaking of the elect that had been scattered among the natural Gentiles, amongst the heathen nations, because Yahweh Shai had came first to the Israelites that knew that they were Israelites, and they were of the southern kingdom, the tribes of Judah, the head tribe Benjamin, followed by Levi. So our Lord Yahweh Shai gave the gospel first to the tents of Judah, of the southern kingdom, which comprises again Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Today, Judah is the so-called American Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, and Levi, the so-called Haitians. Okay? Judah in the Hebrew is Yahwadah. Yahwadah, which means Yahweh thanks. Benjamin in the Hebrew is Bun Yamyan, which means son of the right. And Levi in the Hebrew is Layah, which means lawgiver. And so our Lord says, and other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. Bring where? Bring to this knowledge, to this truth. All right? It says, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And as it is written, who had believed our report? And our report is not of our own. Our report is of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Because the report that we bring is the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, which is within you out there of the elect. Because our Lord Yahweh Shai said that the kingdom of heaven, which is likened unto a treasure hidden in the field, which the field is the world, is within you, within us, our brothers I am of the elect, as well as you brothers and few sisters. Them also I must bring, and our Lord did bring them to the fold through the Apostle Paul, who had been ordained as the apostle of and unto the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. And they shall hear my voice through these words, and there shall be one fold of all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. And one shepherd. And who was our shepherd? Our Lord, Yahweh Shai, after the will of Yahweh, after the mercies of Yahweh. Okay, the graces. Now let's read about the sheep that is of the Lord's fold amongst the heathens. This is the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, the 5th verse. It says, and they were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men. Out of what? Out of every nation. Out of every nation in Asia Minor under heaven. And throughout certain other parts of the world at that time, where Israel had been scattered. Now when this was noised abroad, what was noised abroad? That they were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. And when this was noised abroad, it states the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they heard the apostles speaking in their own language. How the hell is that possible? Well, that was possible through the graces and mercies and the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Right? It says, and they were all amazed and marveled, pardon me, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And what language did the Galileans speak? Hebrew. So how is it that these men that were Galileans, who natively spoke Hebrew, were able to speak in our various tongues? How is that possible? And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born? So these men were marveled at the fact that the apostles were speaking in their tongue, in their language. And that was basically a miracle and a spiritual power, so that the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, may be glorified. And forgive me for the ambiance in the background. It's raining. I'm gonna move. So he reads on to say, Parthians and Medes and Elamites And the dwellers in Mesopotamia, and in Judea, and Cappadocia, in Pontus, and Asia, Phrygia, and Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews, and proselytes, Cretans and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua. And this was an amazing thing that the Lord had done through the apostles. And they were all amazed and were in doubt, saying one to another, what meaneth this? So they were basically in amazement. But I'll stop reading here as a point has been made. The point is that the other sheep that our Lord Yahweh Shah was referring to were other sheep of the Israelites amongst the heathen nations that are of the elect. Okay? And these Israelites were gathered in Jerusalem because according to the law, 3 times in the year our people were supposed to gather in Jerusalem. And this was around the time of the Pentecost, which the Pentecost, Penti means 50. And this is about 50 days after the Passover. But it's getting a little crazy out here. So Lord willing, I'll end the lesson here. Lord willing, has been edifying, informative to the elect. I'll catch you, Lord willing, in the next Walk and Talk. Shalom to the elect.